events, and anything else pertaining to these orgs and businesses.
So, Jaden, there's officially 4 weeks left in the semester. How are you feeling?
I'm ready for this to be over.
That's real.
I'm ready for this to be over. We got 4 weeks left. It's April, and somehow, some way, I don't know how, but the weather is still moving one way and then the other way. It was just snowing here the other day. I don't know how that's possible in April, but here we are. I am ready for it to be over. How about you, Kayla?
Same here. I'm ready to go back home. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to take all that academic stress off me and just sleep with no academic stress. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm looking forward to. The weather, the snow, it's not moving me. I'm not feeling this at all. I'm just ready to be done. Yeah.
That's real.
So a conversation me and Jaden were having earlier in the control room, we were talking about our favorite food spots and favorite chicken sandwiches and stuff. Jaden said Popeyes. I don't know what that's about. We can scratch that off because it's really Chick-fil-A.
Let me defend myself. Hold on. So we was in the office, right? And we was talking.
For the
first time, I bought myself a chicken sandwich from Crossroads. I bought myself a spicy chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, and Chipotle ranch. And I had it, and I said it was an 8 out of 10. But that's because I have better chicken sandwiches. For example, Popeyes.
That's not a good example though. That's not a good example at all. Oh, okay, cool. Well, what's your favorite food spot on campus in general?
Okay, so I don't really have that much favorite food spots on campus, but I will say Rich and Poor. You can get a nice good coffee in Rich and Poor, and a coffee with a nice good toasted bagel with strawberry cream cheese is the way to go.
Okay.
Kayla, how about you?
To be honest, I like Crossroads and Fusion. I think Fusion has some really good stuff. I usually make up my own little stuff when I'm in Fusion. Maybe I'll do a Asiago bagel or a whole wheat bagel with garden veggie cream cheese or just turkey. I just be mixing it up. But for Crossroads, my go-to order is a grilled chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, and Swiss cheese. Add a little honey mustard and some hot sauce. The best.
Let me just say real quick, Fusion Cafe is also a good place on campus. I haven't been there in a minute, but when I had classes in Shitterman, I went there a couple of times. They had me down.
Okay, that's good.
Now to move into some events happening this weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, April 11th, Image will be hosting their Oz Meets HBCU homecoming inside MCC Arena. Doors opening at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are still available in the box office, $7 for students and $10 for general public.
Then, on Saturday, April 12th, FAO will be having their Throwback, Snapbacks, and Snack Picnic in Laker Lounge from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The event is free entry, which means free food and celebrating fashion throwbacks.
Later that day, the Asian Student Association will be hosting their 3rd annual Taste of Asia dinner at 6 p.m. in Sheldon Ballroom. Doors opening at 5:30 p.m. The dress code for this event is formal/traditional, and tickets are still available online and in the box office now for $10. There's also more events coming up. This upcoming Monday, April 14th, the Latino Student Union and the Asian Student Association will be hosting their Spicy Challenge program at 7 p.m. in MCC 231, where students can come test their spice tolerance with several different food options.
Then, on Friday, April 18th, 2 will be hosting their 16th annual Raise Your Voice event inside MCC Arena at 6 p.m. The theme for their event is Paint the Town, Teal, Reclaiming Your Power, and it's free for all students to come.
On Saturday, April 19th, the Caribbean Student Association will be having their annual Backyard Jam event in the MCC Arena, doors opening at 6 p.m. The theme of the event is Jungle Fever, and tickets are available online and in the box office for $15.
And on Sunday, April 20th, the Latino Student Union and the Kumi chapter of Mu Sigma Upsilon will be having their 4th annual kickball charity game from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Sweatman Gym.
Mark your calendars because Latino Student Union will also be hosting their annual barbecue on Saturday, April 26th. More information will be posted on their Instagram page as the date gets closer.
And lastly, on Saturday, May 3rd, the African Student Organization will be hosting their annual Battle of the Designers event in MCC Arena. The theme for this event is Celestial Gardens, and doors for the event will open at 5 p.m. and doors will close at 5:45 p.m. With the show starting at 6 p.m. on the dot, tickets for the event are now available online and in the box office, currently for $7.
Coming up after the break, we'll be introducing our guests for tonight's episode. Stay tuned to the bigger picture after the break.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
Now let's introduce our guest, the president and vice president of the Bold Black Beauties, Ari and Rock. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
So excited to be here. Hey.
So, tell us a little bit about yourselves. You know, how you feeling?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, but I'm prepared. Like, I'm ready. I'm excited. I had a long day today, but I'm here. I'm happy. So I'm ready.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I've been having a pretty good day. I did the SAPB reveal earlier today, so that was exciting. And now I'm here and I'm just excited.
Okay, so we know you just had your annual brunch last Sunday. Could you tell us what was the inspiration behind this year's theme?
So really the inspiration behind this year's theme was we wanted to find a way to honor our fallen queen, Zaya Myers Davis. And when I was thinking about it, I thought about how can I incorporate like Black women into the legacy that she had going for herself, personal, and then what would that look like for us on campus here. And then Rock helped us come up with a whole bunch of ideas and activities. I feel like the hardest part was just coming up with the name of it. And so when we did come up with the power in our presence, it just stuck. Like, we heard that and it kind of stuck. We went to our faculty advisor, Lillian Evans, and she just told us to run with it. We kind of just went from there. Do you have anything?
I totally agree. I think just we went through a lot this year as an org, went through a lot with getting our times together with our own schedules. We had crazy schedule. She was interning this semester, so we wasn't even pushing out a lot of programs that we really wanted to, and then just trying to find the balance within ourselves. Plus, we're still college students at the end of the day. We're all in different fields and majors, so we were like trying to support each other with that as well. But it all came together at the end, and it was an honor to be able to honor Zaya. And as far as it came with the program, I think it was pretty fluent. Like, we realized this is a networking event, and we still want to make sure we get those points across. So we were able to find a guest speaker and find some games that like allowed the room to be that safe space that we embody all the time. And it was just a vibe. It was really nice. I enjoyed it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I know I noticed y'all said that y'all didn't have that many programs this semester, and that's okay.
Yes.
But I know y'all had a good amount of programs from this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all, what is y'all favorite program from this year?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go first because
Yeah.
I think I know mine already. My favorite program this year was probably our Galentine's program that we had.
Yes.
It was very cutesy,
Yes.
but it was very nice. We did a lot of ripping and running to like create the DIYs, and we went to a lot of facilities on campus to get like the materials. We made the pin buttons that we were able to rent out, and we had like the gimp that you used to do when you was a kid, like the rubber bands to make rubber band bracelets and stuff like that. It was very fun. So I think that was probably my favorite program that we had this year.
For me, I think my favorite program was definitely one of our more chill programs. We started like a beauty table talk, where we kind of just created a space. We didn't really ask any questions. It was more so like, if you want to share, this is the space to do that. Some of those went for an hour, other ones extended longer than that, just depending on how the girls were feeling that day. So I think those were my favorite programs, just because I was able to really learn stuff about some of the girls on campus that I didn't know too much about. And I realized that even though we're all college students, we all seem to be facing some of the same problems on the campus. And so just being a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on for the girls is definitely something that was important to me this year.
Yeah, so speaking of that kind of environment, what does being a bold Black beauty mean to you, and who are some bold Black beauties in your life?
So I'm going to start by saying that bold in the bold Black beauties means blessed, optimistic, loving, and determined. And so for bold Black beauties on this campus, it just means being all of those things, being your authentic self, walking into those spaces where you might not feel the most comfortable, and just showing up for people who sometimes might not be who you want to show up for. And that's just the real reality of it. The second part of your question was who are some of the bold Black beauties in my life. I first want to honor my former president, Sanaya. She put me in this role, and I want to thank her for that, because without her, I don't feel like I would be here today. It's definitely changed who I am as a person. I've learned so much about myself, about how I want to show up for other people and what that looks like. But my mom's definitely a bold Black beauty. My sister, my VP, a bold Black beauty. It's just about who you are. And I think as long as you're confident in yourself, you'll always be that bold Black beauty.
Yeah, for me, I think just growing up, I was always a bold Black beauty. You know what I mean? Getting to college is just like finding your people and being able to identify with that and put yourself in that group. I tell anyone who comes to our programs or just come across us in the hallway, being a part of BBB is having that sisterhood, is having that grounded group of women around you who are going to push the narrative, push the boundaries, and are going to speak for you in rooms that you may not be in. And they're going to support you in whatever aspect and goals that you want to get done and accomplish. So for me, my bold Black beauties in my life is definitely my mom, my sister, my sisters, plural. And then I have a lot of mentors in my life from when I was in middle school and high school. So all of those ladies to me are the bold Black beauties in my life.
Hey, I love that.
I like that. So real quick, how does BBB create safe spaces for Black women on campus?
I think we are like the common ground. We're the place that you come and vent when the curtains close. You know, when you go home and you're relaxing and you just release everything that you've been through the day with like your best friend, or if you're on a game talking to your homies or anything of that nature. So that is what BBB is. Like, we come into every room our authentic selves, and energy speaks very loudly. So I feel like people just be like, if they could show up in our bonnets, if we in our bonnet, if it's raining outside and we tired, or if we just had probably the worst semester or the worst class, and we're like, but this is the place that we can relax and just speak freely. So I think that's just where it starts at, and our programs reflect that. Our programs reflect debriefing about your day, debriefing about your experiences, and having that chill time, having that downtime. Sometimes we don't have a program, but we're still going to have our room booked to 25 from 5 to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And you could come in there and watch a movie. You could kick your feet up. You could do your homework. You could work on this application for your job or just anything, and you'll have all the people around you that will support you and help you if you need that assistance.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I was gonna say
That was good.
I don't really have anything more to add to that. I think she covered the majority of what our safe space looks like.
Yes.
With that, we are going to take a quick commercial break now. We'll be back with more questions from BBB after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to The Bigger Picture, everyone. So, how do you take care of your mental health while balancing school, your personal life, and this position?
First, I want to say that with this organization, like she said, we are a sisterhood, and so that means like we get really close. Like me and her, we were friends before the org, but the org definitely made our friendship, our bond a lot more stronger. And so for me, I like to sleep. I like to hang with my VP, who's also my friend, one of my closest friends on campus. And I just like to have a good time, whatever that looks like in that day. It could be drawing, it could be the GIMP, like it could be sleeping, watching TV. I just like to debrief and relax, especially after a long day. But at no point does the crown come off. Like the crown's always on. It's always a call, even if it's 2 a.m. Hey girl, did you do this? I actually did. I actually did do that. But yeah.
Crown is never tilted, always straight. I know that's right.
I'm not big on like the skincare side of self-care, but I do believe in pouring into yourself. So journaling and like your morning rituals are big. In the morning, it's straight gospel music. It's straight like getting my head together for the day, calming my nerves, and that really helps me. And like I said, I journal a lot, I write a lot. Throughout my day, I'm a very like in the moment person. I will pause someone if I'm thinking about them. So I have to, when I'm thinking a thought, I gotta get it out, and that helps me just maintain. Even if I'm stressed, I'm gonna write that down, and I'm able to just keep going and get a new 10 seconds to breathe, and I'm straight, I'm ready to go.
How has being a part of BBB shaped you and your experiences here in SUNY Oswego?
I want to say there's been some shaping. I think that definitely former presidents Jalen and Sanaya, the OSC's Aya, all of those three women are very strong, very bold women, especially on the campus and in the campus environment. And so there was a lot of times where I found myself like starting organizing or like being a part of the things that they were doing, which shaped me into realizing what I actually want to do. I want to help children, but I want to make sure that children aren't falling behind. And a lot of times that doesn't always start at a young age. Like it starts when you get to college or like after you've graduated high school, in that time of, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or if this fits for me. And so when I was seeing them going around advocating for people who look like me and women who might not have the same opportunities as some of the other people on this campus, it just made me want to step out of my comfort zone as well. And so I think that being a part of BBB allowed me to step out of my comfort zone even more. I'm very outspoken as an individual anyway, but stepping out of my comfort zone and just showing up, like I said, in places that I always don't want to be in, was something big for me.
For me, it's just sharpening those tools that I feel I'll use in my everyday life. I'm a vice president, so I walk in, and it's that thing that your mom tells you when you grow up, like you represent your household, you represent your mom and everybody. That's how I feel when I walk around campus, and I love when my peers, they come up to me, or just someone I don't know on campus, and they're like, you're on the e-board of BBB, right? And I'll be like, yeah, so program.
Yeah.
Like, I love that because it lets me know that we're doing our part, and that's all I could just be thankful for in the moment. And like I said, just sharpening those tools, letting me know that I always have my support system, and I could walk boldly in any room. And if it don't go well, I'm okay, because I'm going to debrief with them and be like, y'all, it did not happen. And they're going to continue to pour into me, and I could go in the next room, and I'll get it, and then we'll all celebrate together. And I think, like, that is like a warm, fuzzy hug, and it feels good. So, yeah.
Yes. So, I know you guys said you didn't want to get too deep, but this isn't too deep. I promise. So, being on this campus, on predominantly white campus, as Black women, have you ever had to unlearn anything about what it means to be a strong Black woman, like the strength as Black women?
I think for me, I kind of had to learn to not be defensive, but be superior, right? And I think a lot of times we come from like, someone is saying something to us because we have to like jump on that. But I learned, especially here at this campus, ignorance is bliss, and just because they don't know doesn't mean that it's okay, but teach them. And you have to be gentle in your teaching, because if not, then you'll get the label of angry Black woman, and nobody wants that. So I love when there is a situation where I run into and someone's like, oh, is that your hair? And I'll be like, it ain't, but let me tell you, I paid for it, and it's mine, and it's styled, and it's nice, and I just love that. And people want to learn, and they're scared to learn because they feel like they'll be rejected. And it's more so like, I'm going to teach you. If you want to learn, I'm going to let you know something. So that's for me.
Yeah, kind of, not necessarily kind of similar, but piggybacking off of that. I didn't necessarily unlearn strength. I just learned what it mean in this space.
Okay.
And so it was a lot different from when I was back at home. Like, strength was just making sure stuff is done. Like, I'm walking around, my mom got it, I don't really have to have it.
Yes.
Well, here, there is no mom to have it. You got to have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that was a wake-up call for me, I'm not going to lie. But just, like she said, just being there and understanding, hey, you are the president of Bold Black Beauties. What does that look like to you? Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Right.
Some other orgs are not showing up. Some other people are not showing up. So it's just about knowing when to show up and how to show up. I think for me, that's how I changed the definition of strength for me.
And definitely on that, when I walk, I'm like, I represent my org. So what do I want people to know about my org? That even when you're having a bad day, you can have a bad day.
Right.
And that's okay.
Bad days are
you
okay.
You still got to show up sometimes, even when you're tired. And that's okay.
And it's okay
and sometimes
to say
you
that.
can't show up. And that's okay. Y'all cannot make it tonight. Right? Tonight's not the night for me to be here. And it's okay. They still got it on it, get it done, and you can regroup.
1000% agree with y'all. Trust me, I have those moments as well. Sometimes you just gotta sit there, you gotta roll through the punches.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
What are some advices would y'all give to underclassmen students who are new to college and looking to get involved?
Do it. That's my first piece of advice. I was literally just talking with another senior about this earlier today, and she was like, I wish I would have gotten involved, and I wish I wouldn't have let one organization deter me from all of the orgs on campus. Don't let that happen. I think that if you want to get involved, it's something for you here. I didn't even know we have a Nerf gun club. Guys, we have a Nerf gun club. And they're real. Like, they're really battling and running around. Like, it's so much stuff to get involved in. And I would just say do it. Like, step outside of your comfort zone. College is the place to find out what you really like, who you really are. And I say use this time. Don't waste it.
Yeah. I would definitely say try it. You'll have fun. And if you don't, just try it again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, don't ever try it again.
Yeah.
You'll definitely find your people. And you'll also realize your people may not be in that one thing, but the times work out and you'll still do it. And then you'll bring your friends along.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely say try it. But also for me, reap everything that you pay for when you come here. And make it a thing. We're going to collab with shop. We're going to go to shop. Go to everything that you pay for, get all of that. And that's where you'll find people. It'll be that one person that'll be like, what you doing in here?
Right.
I ain't even know. And now y'all together. You going to shop today? Me too, girl.
Exactly.
Like, let's go. They restocked. We in there. Like, reap all the benefits of everything you pay for. And don't be scared to go to the dining hall even if you're not hungry. It's paid for. You use your dining swipes. Just go. Or, you know what I'm saying? Go and you'll meet somebody there. You'll sit with your friends. You might not even know this works in their schedule. Yeah. And now you can do that every day and you won't be alone.
College is what you make it. So I definitely say make it what you want it to be. Especially at Oswego. We might not have all of the, food places around. I heard you guys talking about food earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might not have all the best food places around, but make it what you want it to be. And I think I've made it to where I want to be, and it looks like something for me now, and so I'm kind of sad to leave a little bit.
I get
just
that.
a little bit.
I feel that it's also just a little bit for me too. Just a little bit. But just the last question before we end the episode, real quick.
From either one of you.
From
it could
either
just
one
be
of you.
Yeah. Okay.
What would y'all like to see from the Bold Black Beauties if y'all was to come back to campus 5 years from now?
Ooh.
Ari, since you're about to graduate, I feel like you should take this one real quick.
My goodness. Okay, I think for me, I just want to see a whole bunch of women, a whole bunch of black and brown women, women of colors, allies, everybody learning, everybody contributing, just a safe space. Continue to do what we're already doing, just on a bigger scale. This was a great exposure opportunity for the Bold Black Beauties, and I hope that, it brings more beautiful black women to us and our allies, but that's just what I look for. Just keeping up what we already have going on, making it bigger and better and bolder.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
And on that note, we are going to end the show. Anything you guys want to say before we go?
We do have an event coming up April 25th. It's Freaknik. If you know, you know. If you don't, wait for that post, but it is coming out. And unity is key to the dream. Believe you can achieve everything within the means.
Queens. Come on, Jaden, do it too. Queens.